So, welcome back to Growing Pains, a place where we allow you a space to self-discover and dig into your growing pains and transmute them and grow and elevate and all that good stuff.
From growing pains to growing power.
Growing pains to growing power. If you haven't already booked on our retreat, check it out because it's a chance to experience your pain to power.
Yeah, it's basically self-discovery.
Yeah, at a deep level.
Yeah, I think anything that's investing into yourself is worth doing it in any capacity. And this is just another one of those things.
Yeah.
You'll learn a lot.
Yeah.
Especially about yourself.
Always.
But that's
Always,
basically
always,
what it
always.
is, just learning about yourself. How to be the best version. Recognising some of your wounds, some of your shadows, some of your strengths. Understanding them all.
Yes. Which links so nicely into what we're talking about today. Just being a mess.
It's being a mess.
Yeah, so if you feel like you're a mess, this is the place you want to be, first of all.
Yeah.
But let's go into that topic because the last episode, or one of them, we both declared that we are messy and we are in a phase of being an absolute mess.
Yeah.
How's that going for you?
It's going good. I think before I wouldn't recognise the fact that I am a mess. I thought I had it all together. Apart from maybe one or two areas, generally what I'd give off is got it all sorted. But that's because I was avoidant.
Yeah.
Do
you think underneath that you knew you actually didn't have it all?
1,000%. 100%. But we don't show that, do we? We don't give that off.
Yeah.
We all give off a vibe like we've all got it together and we're perfect. But in reality, no one is perfect. Nothing's perfect. You know, celebrities, the politicians, royalty, no one's perfect. See it all the time. See it all the time. So why we have this expectation of us being perfect makes no sense.
Makes no sense, but it also makes so much sense because you've got your upbringing to show you that society, the way they teach you, schools, all of that, show you have to be.
Have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should be.
Yeah.
And if you're not, because when you just said there, like, what did you just say there? You said, you think underneath that you thought, you didn't actually think you had it all sussed out.
Yeah.
I think I actually did. I thought I had it sussed, basically, is what I'm trying to say. During my life where I thought everything was perfect. Mm-hmm. Everything was like, I've done it all how I was supposed to do it.
So there was no part of it that thought, do you know what, I'm lacking in this area?
No, there was parts of me that thought I was lacking, which I ignored for a long time until very recently. But I didn't think it was messy or wrong. I just thought I've done it exactly how I was supposed to do it.
Yeah.
So I thought I had it all sussed out because everything looked good and it was all exactly what I was told to do.
I get that. I'm similar, but I always knew there's an area that needs addressing. So I thought 70, 75% there. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay for now. I'll get over 25% later on. Yeah.
What do you mean? So you were aware of the part?
Yeah, it's always been relationships.
The messy part?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
So I'm thinking at work, myself, my mindset. I was like, that's okay, that's not a mess. Mm-hmm. The final piece of my puzzle is a mess. So that's what I need to dive into. That's what I need to discover. Don't get me wrong, there was a point where I was all a mess. But throughout my life, I've put certain things in order so I can get to 75%.
When you were a mess, like when you were at your peak of messiest, was that just like circumstantial or did you just allow yourself to be messy? Like were you just like, oh my God, I'm actually in a mess and I didn't even realize? Or
both at different times. So I would put myself into messy situations just to live life.
Okay. So you'd intentionally look for the mess?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted some excitement. I just want to go to work and come home and be boring. I want some mess. I want some excitement. I want to learn. I want to grow.
What was
I want my heart to skip a beat,
Yeah, I want to live.
Yeah.
I want to be alive. But what was mess like in your upbringing? Like, was it judged? Or was it allowed?
It was allowed.
Okay, see, It
was allowed. I had, my mum raised us with manners and respect, but we had free rein to do what we wanted. So as a young boy, I found my own mess.
Yeah, see, this is where it can go like swings and roundabouts because for me, it was the opposite. It was like you weren't allowed to be messy. That's why I lived the life I lived. You do it in a certain way. You do it in like a certain time by a certain age and all that stuff. But then it can put you either in like the most perfectly dreamy life or you wake up and you realize this isn't actually the thing I wanted to do. and then you have no choice but to be in a mess.
Yeah.
Because now it's like if I've woken up to it, I can either choose to continue ignoring it or just allow myself permission to be messy to figure it out. Otherwise, I'll just go back to what I was told to do.
Yeah.
And be unfulfilled. Whatever area that is.
This takes me back to high school. I can't remember what the exact point was, but I remember I was maybe year 9 or 10. I thought, my life's a mess and I need to sort it out. I think it's when my mum said to me, like, I don't care what you do, don't bring trouble to my door. And I was like, so I'm in charge.
Oh my God, there's so many responses.
If my mum says
to
to me, I can do whatever I want, I am in charge of my life now. It's not my mum. So I need to be responsible.
Did you feel like that was a good thing?
Looking back now, yeah. But at the time, I'm like, I'm a bit young to be taking control of my own life. Like,
Did you actually think that?
Yeah, I'm only 14, 15. Hence why I was looking for a career and I went to the military. So I'm like, I'm looking around now, I can see where this is going to go, but I need to do something different. It's a mess. People that are older than me in my area are a mess. The adults in my area are a mess. I don't want to be a mess. I need to get the fuck out of here.
That's very aware thinking at the time. I suppose it depends on your experience. Because me, 14, 15, if I was given that, I'd be like, oh my God, finally I can take charge.
Yeah.
But that's because it come from such a controlling thing beforehand, parenting, whatever.
I just knew I had the responsibility for myself and I can't blame it on anybody else. So if I have a shit life, make a mistake, shit career, my mum's giving me responsibility. That's on me now. So I had to grow up.
That's amazing.
I had to grow up. So I was looking around. I got to 16. Dad, can I join the army? Nope. Do college. Did that for 9 months. Dropped out. Dad, can I join? Nope. You need to try work. Tried that for a year and a half. Hated every minute of it. So as I turned 18, signed up myself. I thought, right, I'm in charge. This is what I want to do. I'm responsible now. So that's when I first started. First noticed I was a mess at 14, 15.
And you consciously made an awareness of that?
Yeah.
It wasn't just like in the back of your mind?
No, I knew. Because I was doing
why I'm so shocked by
I was
that.
doing what I wanted to do anyway. A couple of my mates were getting arrested. A couple of older ones went to jail. And it's like, well, I can see where it's going. I'm doing the same thing they're doing. It's only going to go one way. So I need to get the fuck out. I don't know anyone outside of Leeds. I don't know anyone. So what do I do? Where can I go? And for some reason, it was just, that.
Do you know what's so mad is that I'm just realizing my reaction to you thinking at 14, 15, I was a mess. Me being shocked at that shows how little I was thinking for myself at that age, because I would never have thought about that at 14, 15, I wouldn't have thought that about myself. It was almost like I had too much control from externally to even have that thought about myself.
Yeah, that makes sense. Whereas I had no control.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need to get up and do something.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's mad.
How opposite.
It's mad. And then...
And both can lead you down like a very divine aligned path or a seriously messy one.
Yeah.
Or both, because they're both supposed to be there. But
yeah. So that was the first mess. And then I think I joined the army and I thought, again, I've had to raise myself pretty quickly and do whatever I wanted to do. I got there when I was 18. And I'm like, I'm going to be the most competent person here. I got there bang in the middle of the pack. Some were better than me. Some were a lot worse. And I'm like, okay, so I'm still a bit of a mess. So then I was trying to figure out within that. And I thought, I've got it sorted now. Left the army. Started working in gyms. And then it must have been probably around that time with this diary. I'm like, it's a mess again. When I was looking through that, I'm like, I'm not doing anything. It's a mess again. So I was doing periods of times in my life where I've known I'm a mess. And it's like, right, it's time to organise it. Let's put some ducks in order, ducks in a row, and let's organise it.
But when you were in your peak of messiest, did it feel stressful? Or were you just like, it did?
Yeah, of course it did. Because I wanted to be a mess because it's exciting, but I know I need to grow up and be responsible and get my stuff in order.
Yeah, there's only so long a mess can exist before it becomes absolute chaos. And
Yeah, and I kept getting snippets of the chaos every so often. I'm like, oh, God, I can't have this again. I need to do something. And I'll just keep trying to alter the course bit by bit.
Yeah.
Main goal was always the same, whatever that was. But whatever path you want to take, that's up to you.
Your tolerance for mess is high then?
Yeah.
Because you've been in it longer. Sometimes because you've had to be in it.
I create it.
Yeah. But then now I'm comparing it because now I'm like looking at the phase of life where I've been messy. It was a very short period of time, but it was too much. Because I've had no part of my life where I've allowed myself, not even allowed, like I've never been in a position where I've had to be messy, like I said. So now that mess has occurred, my tolerance for it is low.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Really low.
Yeah.
But then also I think in that there's a there is a direction to want to get it sorted, so you can get out of the mess quicker.
Yeah.
Like, I alchemize so fucking fast. I've realized this about myself like the last week or so. I've always known it, but I feel like it's so obvious. Like, if I'm aware of something, it's changing. That's that. There's no question about it, which I love. But it's also a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it, because if you don't have tolerance for mess, confusion, chaos, whatever, misalignment, whatever you want to call it, you can get yourself out of it.
Yeah, it swings and roundabouts, especially when it comes to stress.
Mm.
You know, how much should you tolerate?
Great topic.
I think that's a tough one, because I've put myself through a lot of stress in my life, and I look back and I think, yeah, it's good, but did I need that much? I don't know. Should you have a job that's stressful? Should you have a relationship that's stressful to keep growing?
I think you have to have a
Keep
certain
learning
amount of stress and mess
Yeah.
to get to the stressless, messless life.
So if you could grade that, then how much stress should the average person tolerate?
God, that's so hard to say. It depends on your
Depends
tolerance.
on the person.
Depends on the person, the experience they have. Because like, you might need a lot more mess than I need.
Oh yeah. So do you think some people need less stress?
Yeah. I think some people are more in tune with what the stress is showing them. And if you can alchemize that quickly, you don't need as much.
Yeah.
Or is it that they don't need as much, but they need one thing that's powerful enough?
Yeah.
Like, you need one. This is the thing we say about, like, you go through one traumatic experience or whatever, and that's enough to show you the leverage. Or you have continual different, like, little things until you learn the lesson.
So when you was growing up, teens and early 20s, what was your mess?
I didn't have one.
I think I've taught.
I've only had one like the last year.
Blessed.
I don't know if I'd call it blessed. I think I would rather my mess have been earlier.
But this is what I look at. So I'm like, so you've had no stress.
No, I had stress.
All right, no
but
mess.
I didn't have the mess of it.
Up until a couple of years ago, and I've had mess up until a couple of years ago.
Mm.
What's better?
Actually, now I'm thinking mess, because if I'm relating it to stress, there was a time where I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But unlike you, at the time, I didn't realize it was messy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I just thought stress is stress and you get through it.
How old was you?
I'd say it's probably around like my 15 to 18
Yeah.
years. My dad was also really ill at that time. So that added to the mess, which is interesting, because I realized this recently. It's come back to the link of how I now treat my relationship with men was actually from the fear of, like, my dad dying. We've gone real deep real quick. But it made so much sense, because now I'm like, oh, okay. And I realized it at the time in my life where I was messy.
Yeah.
So it linked back to my original mess.
Okay.
Which is mad, because I've only just realized that now. The power of talking through things is crazy. But yeah.
Talking therapies.
Talking therapy. Yeah, it's mad, because at the time I didn't realize it was a mess, but now I've had to. Oh my God, this is a prime example of how we have to recreate everything we've been through. I had to recreate my mess to realize where the trauma of my first mess came from.
And what was the mess that you had to recreate?
The mess that I'm in now. Well, I'm out of it now, but like,
yeah,
to do with relationships.
Yeah.
Oh dear, that makes so much sense. Light bulb moment.
We have them all the time.
We have them all the time. That's crazy. I'm going to have some digesting with that one.
Some rest and digest.
I need some rest and digest. That's crazy.
That's nervous system, rest and digest.
That's actually mad, because I've never ever computed the two to align like that. And I didn't realize at the time that was even messy. But now,
so why we have to talk about it.
Yes, and the only reason that's happened is because I've allowed the energy to move. Because at the time, I didn't realize it was messy, but I wouldn't have even allowed myself to say I'm in a mess. So I just stayed there, stuck. Now I've got into a new mess, and I'm like, I am a mess. We claimed it, we owned it, we let the energy move. The truth came to the surface. And through that, answers came.
The truth shall set you free.
The truth shall set you free. That is so true. So true.
Funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I like mess sometimes.
Are you still in that? Like, are you not getting to the end of your, like, oh my God, I've had enough?
Yeah.
Enough is enough.
Yeah, but I'm still a human, and I like experience.
Okay, there's a question. Do you think? So a life without mess, then, is that a boring life for you?
Yeah, I don't think mess is a bad thing. For me, personally, as in my life, what I've learned and what I've been through, stress and mess create growth. As long as you can learn from it and you're aware, it creates growth. Otherwise, it creates misery. But
So
for
then-
me, every time it's created growth.
So are you always looking for mess then?
No, but I don't avoid it.
Okay.
If I can see,
So what's
if
a
I can
life-
see growth or potential in mess, I'll go for it.
Okay, so what's a life without mess for you?
I guess a life with no growth. I'll just stay where I am, and that's okay.
Okay, is that what you want?
If I wanted no more mess now and I stayed the way I am now, I'm like, well, it's my decision. But I'd look for mess to try and grow. So I want to keep growing. I want growth.
So is
I crave it.
your mess still stressful to you?
No.
Okay, well then that's the difference.
Yeah, because I'm aware now and I know I actively go into it to get a response.
So then are you always looking for different mess? Because otherwise you're staying in the same mess and never actually getting the growth. You're looking for
Once I realise it, yeah, once I've had enough of that mess, I'm like, right, that's enough now. And then I'll think, I won't actively straight away go and look for more mess, but I'll just go through life again and something else might come up and think, that's a different experience. Or I could learn something in that.
So I don't think you're looking for mess. I think you're just looking for an experience.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I know a lot of experience comes through mess, through stress,
Yeah.
through unregulation. As long as you're aware, you can learn from that and it's growth.
So how much stress do you think you need? You asked me the question.
I don't know. For me, I need a lot. I think guys need a lot of stress. So they become more safe within the body and that sort of thing. And
Okay.
get rid of that fear. So that men need stress to have that regulated nervous system.
I agree with that.
100% for men.
And that makes sense because in a dynamic, like the woman is the chaos. Like literally.
Yeah, and the guy's the order. Once he's learned to
Yes.
deal with the chaos, he can then become the order.
Yes.
But
And
until those stress responses, it never deals with the order.
there's just two chaotic people.
So naturally, guys look for stress, they look for fights, this thing.
They look for things to fix.
Unknowingly, but it's to be that, to become regulated.
That's so interesting.
I do anyway. I've noticed that. Like anytime I'm scared of something or have a thought of fear, I know I need to do it.
I do think it's a generalized thing, but the men I know are more like that than the women in the sense of looking for. I don't think they're looking for mess. I think it's more they're looking for something to fix.
Yeah.
Which.
And whether that's themselves, so we'll go
Yeah.
for stress to fix a part of ourselves. I know for me to get stronger, I need to show strength. So I'll do stuff that I'm weak at to get better at. That's a natural physical progression of strength.
Yeah.
And I can what's the word? I can track that. I can measure it.
The only thing I would say is like again, it depends on like what you're wording it because you say a mess.
I say mess and stress are the same for me.
Yeah, so it depends on what your definition is. But I was going to say there are people that use that as an excuse to not do the work.
1,000%.
So it's like if you're looking for mess and you're looking for stress or whatever you call it, not that you're consciously looking for it, because not a lot of people would say I'm consciously looking for that. Whatever it is that you're aligning to, if it's mess and stress all the time, and yet you're complaining about it, or you know that there's something to do about it, but you're not.
That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. So, okay, you have an elastic band.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make the elastic band get longer?
Stretch it.
You have to stress it. So we are like an elastic band. We stretch, we contract. We stretch, we contract. The more we stretch, the bigger we get. The
That's
more
the
we grow.
expansion and contraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, theory.
So the stress is you're the elastic band being stretched and then you relax. Then you stretch the stress and then you relax. And you keep growing and growing and growing, same as a muscle. Hence why muscles get big. We stretch it, we contract it, we fill it with amino acids and protein and BCAAs and it grows. It's the same thing. The more we
you're stretching
stress,
your emotional muscles.
your physical, your mental, your emotional. Yeah, it's all the same.
See, I think everything you just said is, I think, more relatable to people if you call it expansion.
Yeah.
Because that's all it is.
Yeah, but
Instead of stress and mess.
I know, but we end up sugarcoating these things, and that's what it is. Expansion is stress, is mess,
No, I agree
is hard
with you.
work.
I
So let's
agree.
not avoid it.
No, I agree. But I'm saying people listening will be like, I don't want stress. I don't want mess, because they don't allow themselves the permission for it.
Yeah.
Which means they avoid it.
But-
And then they also never get the expansion of it.
Because they have a negative connotation with stress and mess.
To what that is. Yeah, exactly.
But as men, We all need stress.
Yeah.
Not too much of it, so you're constantly in anxiety every day and stress, but
the only reason that would be the
push
case
and
is
pull.
because you don't have the tools to cope with it.
Yeah.
Because you can be under it. You would be able to be under it all the time.
Yeah.
Whether you do something about it or not, I don't know. But it's you'd have the capacity for it because you have tools.
Yeah.
Men or women who don't would be in a stress mode. So if you're stressed, it's never actually that you're stressed, it's that you just don't know how to cope
With the stress.
with the stress.
Which is back to the question again, how much resilience should you have?
That's not how I wanted to word that. What I wanted to say was, if you're stressed, when you're being given stress, you're being given growth. You just don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Same sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like it really changes your whole understanding of what I'm being put through, which gives you an opportunity to then go, what is this showing me?
Yeah.
Rather than victim mentality.
Yeah.
Being given all this shit for no reason.
Yeah. I rarely see things. Do I see things? Rarely see things in a negative way because I know you can learn from everything.
Because we have a deeper understanding that absolutely everything has to be there the way it is.
Yeah.
And that is so fucking beautiful to be able to have a perspective of life like that is so good.
And I think me growing up, especially neurodivergent, I've always had a slight shift on how I think. So I knew, especially at 18, 19, like I need experiences and stress. I need it to grow. There's no other way to become, no other way to be.
Same growing pain. Different example.
Different
because
examples.
Mine's exactly the opposite. But I still knew I needed that.
Yeah.
I knew that I couldn't stay in a controlled state of everything being perfect and still grow. I can't grow in this space. I just have to, or I thought that was growth, but I can't get to where I want to be. So I know I need the mess, the stress, the confusion, the chaos, the expansion to make my own choices.
Yeah.
Different experience, same solution.
Yeah. Just after lockdown, I moved to Pure Gym and I was assistant manager there. I think we must have had 4 or 5 PTs at the time, once a few people left. And I was working all the time. I was stressed. But I knew if I can do this gym on my own, with a little help from my GM, a little help from PTs, that's growth for me. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how much bullshit it is, no matter how many hours I have to do, I'm being selfish and I'm going to stay here until I get out of it what I need to get out of it. We lost 2-3 managers on the way, loads of PTs on the way. I stayed. Just so I could learn from the stress. And in hindsight, looking back, I'm like, was that necessary? To be there for 3 years, for that much stress, for what happened in the end, did I need that? So it's that question, like, how much stress do we need?
Did you need that?
Not for 3 years, maybe a year and a half. I should have jumped ship and saved my sanity rather than staying there for too long.
Yeah, but you can say that about everything. You can say that about like relationships, and I should have done this at a certain time, but you know that was there for that amount of time for a reason.
I know, but if I'm trying to give advice to somebody else and like I'm in a job that's stressful, a year and a half, should I stay for another 2 years? I'll be like, jump ship. Because of it's too long. Like
every timeline is possible.
Yeah,
you can do it.
Yeah. But how stressed should we be on a daily basis?
That is a question you need to turn inwards and ask yourself, because every answer is going to be different.
Yeah, but surely you want to be happy on a daily basis, not stressed or a mess.
Well, you like mess, so you're not you.
But I know with that mess, I'm growing, so I'm going to be happy ultimately.
So it depends on the individual experience and what you're looking for.
Yeah. So if you're looking for growth, go for the stress and mess.
Expansion. And contract when you need to. Expansion, contraction. That is like the key to life.
It is, because nature contracts and expands. In winter, that's the contraction. Expansion is summer. So
birth. To birth anything, you need to contract and then expand.
Yeah.
That's literally how it goes.
Yeah.
Without it, what are you birthing? You're not.
Yeah. So where are you in your life, guys? Are we stressing? Are we contracting?
Yeah.
Are we expanding? I think last year for me was a contraction year, where I was learning a lot of stuff, learning about myself and the job and everything else. And this year's more about expansion. Ascension, showing, giving. And then probably next year I'll probably go back in, or for the winter I'll probably come back in and contract, learn something new, try and raise the vibration, elevate in some capacity, and then next year come back out again and sort of show the world. And I've always sort of tried to do that. Yeah.
It's a natural flow. I think we all have that flow within. It's just that we've conditioned it out of ourselves. But we said that on one of the episodes, obviously this is the year of ascension. But I actually imagined ascension looking like literally ascending, painless, free, like all the answers are there.
Yeah.
It looks nothing like that. But I'm still ascending probably more than I would have imagined.
Yeah. Someone had a graph before. It was showing like the ascension. It's like it goes up and then it comes down, then it goes up, and it's always like there was a dip, but it's to get to higher
but
heights.
each time it's still going higher.
Precisely, yeah. And I felt that the past couple of weeks, to be fair. So sometimes if you are going through a bit of a dip, it's meant to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just ride the wave and ride the dip. See what's coming up for you, what it's showing you, and then.
Just one last thing on this, because this has come up so much recently for me. It takes away the personal impact of things. Like, you realize that things aren't personal. Because you realize that they have to be there for whatever lesson to be learned. Hammer word in this. Basically, things stop feeling so stressful if you allow yourself to stress.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if you have a period of time where you have the mess, the stress, the chaos, whatever, and you do the normal victim mentality, this is because of me, or they've done this, or all this shit's gone on for a reason, or for whatever reason, then that's now my human personal experience that I can't get out of. I'm stuck there. But if you allow it to flow, and you know that it's always going to be there, whether it's finances, relationship, or otherwise, whatever the hell area it is in your life, it's okay. It's literally okay.
Yeah. So is that kind of like some sort of expectations, or? Because I think I have that to an extent. I accept and know that things in life are going to be messy and stressful. So when that does come up or happens, I'm like, oh, it's just what I expected. Kind of like what you're saying.
Yeah, but my upbringing has been so opposite to that it's taken me years to train that out of myself.
Yeah.
Which now is beautiful to have that, but it takes, again, depends on your experience and whatever, how long it takes you, how much stress you need, what experiences you need to get to that belief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you have to want to get to that belief as well.
Oh, yeah. Otherwise, you will stay stuck there. And we know plenty of people like that.
Yeah, so people don't want
And that's
to.
okay.
And that's okay.
We need the shadows.
Yeah, because, we talk about self-work. Like, it's not easy.
No.
It's a daily commitment. Yeah, it's not easy. But it's rewarding. And that's what keeps me going. It's not easy, but ultimately, I want self-mastery.
Yes.
Yeah, in all aspects. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual.
Yeah. All the alls.
all the alls. So I love it.
I love it too. Wouldn't have it
Hence
any
why
other
I
way.
go do random things like birthing drums and this sort of thing, just to experience, the growth. Like,
it's why we started this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have it any other way. It is the best thing in the world.
Yeah. Never done public speaking as such. Obviously done team meetings and things like that, but never done this. But here we are. Jinx, touch wood.
Jinx. That's not wood. But yeah, I think we've nicely unpacked our mess there.
Yeah.
Let it all be seen.
That went quick, that, didn't it?
What's your random item, though, for the day? Do you have one?
I've got one, but I'm saving it for the next one.
All right, what's a random fact, then? While you come up with yours, I'm going to find one myself.
Random fact. Hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backwards.
I feel like you've told me that before.
I've not told the people before.
Okay. Did you know that, guys? I bet it's changed your life.
Carl, did you know that? Didn't know that. See? He's going to Google it now as well, see if I'm right.
Okay. Cool fact.
I knew that in like year 3. I went on a residential. Then we were doing a quiz. We were playing Scabby Queen. You ever play Scabby Queen?
No, what's that?
Oh, you get a deck of cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're trying to get rid of all your cards. I think you're matching them in pairs or something like that. And if you get left with the queen, you basically get digs with the cards on your knuckles. Right. So what you do, you draw a card. If it's like a red, you draw blood. If it's black, you make a bruise.
Right.
So if you get like a 10 of hearts at the end when you draw it, you have to give you 10 lashes with the cards to make sure your knuckles cut. But if it's a black 10, then you just do it normally so you bruise.
We can play that camping later.
We can do, yeah. But at the end of that day, there was a quiz. I don't even know where I learned it. They're like, oh, what's the only bird that can fly backwards? And I had to answer the question to win it for the team. And I'm like, I don't know. Then it just came to me. I was like, oh, hummingbird.
What, you just guessed
Then
it?
we won. I must have learned it somewhere, but this was like year 2,
It was
year
somewhere in
3.
the subconscious.
Yeah. And since then it stuck. So yeah, only bird that can fly
Fair
backwards.
play. I'll bring that to the next pub quiz. Hopefully the knowledge will help me. Okay, my random fact is very random. The raw ingredients of a human body would cost over £116,000. I don't even know what that means. But if you're prepared to do If you're prepared to do the refining, a body could cost a lot less, under £100 in fact. I don't understand what that means. But I think it means that if you were to buy...
You're talking about trafficking?
No, like... Oh, maybe.
Is it £180,000 to traffic? No.
116,000. Is that what that is?
It can't be.
It says the raw ingredients.
I'd stop Googling that.
Which you'd stop Googling.
I'm
it.
going to get investigated, you.
I'm not Googling how to sell a human body. It just came up on my facts.
Child trafficking on your
No.
phone.
Look. It's broken down. It's basically like the oxygen, the carbon, the nitrogen. If you were to buy those things, we're not promoting fucking trafficking here. Yeah, if you were to buy those things, it would cost £116,000.
I don't know the exact measurement, but if you pull your intestines out, doesn't it go
like
over like tennis courts or something
shit.
stupid?
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Okay.
Good fact.
I quite like the facts instead of the items.
116,000 to create a body.
Yeah, it depends how big the body is.
Guess if you're a millionaire, that's quite cheap. You could create a human. They'd throw money at that.
Only you would think of that.
They would though.
Is that the next business?
Do you know everyone's meant to have a doppelganger?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's yours? Have you met them?
I have no idea. I don't really want to. Could you imagine meeting your literal self? That's so weird.
Yeah, I'd ask them questions, ask them all sorts. Like, are you a mess as well?
Could you imagine their whole life was the same, but just in another place in the world?
That'd be mad.
That is crazy.
That'd be mad.
Who knows? Maybe we'll meet them one day. And we'll have 4 of us here.
Do you know what? Yeah. What if they've got a podcast
That
as
would
well?
be... Oh my God. What's it called? Growing power. They're the growing power. No way.
Should we find them?
We're a mess. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, all done.
Thank you for tuning in. As always, leave your comments, growing pains, and all of that jazz. See us on the next one.
Bye.